what's up, Arcane Lineagers? Um, it's time to start this tier list. Estella, it's gonna go in B tier because it's kind of just middle of the
I
road
mean,
everywhere.
you can go a ton of different races with it, or classes. Most
You
classes
you
are
you,
good with it.
you can it's kind of an all rounder. It's a pretty decent all rounder. Like Berserker is it's kind of nerfed right now, so it's obviously not gonna be that good. Uh, like with it, but.
Yeah. You can
Niche,
still
niche
run
is
something like Brawl or whatever else with it, and it'll still be decent.
Niche is up next. Honestly, Niche is probably in the D tier. It's really only used for like potion making because it just has a small chance to get an extra potion. It does slightly more elemental damage, and you have something that gives you more energy, but it in general it could just be way better.
You can run it with like Monk, and it's decent with Elementalist, but like that's a bad
Monk,
build.
Monk.
Monk is terrible right now, so it's like it's only good with Elementalist, and you know,
Yeah.
it's only 15% damage boost, so it's like not even that worth it to run.
Alright, I'm gonna cut here. Hold on. I need to share my screen so you can actually see it. Alright. Cut back in now. Alright, Stultus. I think Stultus is high B tier, because its two builds are pretty good, all things considered. Like, they can't really be
Ranger's
nerfed
incredibly
for
good right
bugs.
now. Lancer's decent, you know.
They're okay. I think, in general, I think Stultus is, if you get it, you should be pretty happy. Like,
If you
the
have it,
only,
it's still usable, you know.
Yes. Me when I go Godspeed, because Godspeed.
interesting. Veneri though, Veneri, A tier? No, B tier. It's better than. It's a better generalist than these other two in B tier. Stella, Voltus. I
You get a pretty much guaranteed 20% damage buff, you know, with the passive.
enchants just enchants are just more likely to proc in general.
Which means it's good for like nuker classes, especially with something like Spectral or, you know, any other enchant, like Thirst or Inferno. Good on all those.
Yeah, no, it definitely.
Like the
It's
Burst
definitely.
also does a good amount of damage if you're luck.
If you're early game and the enemies you're fighting are melee, you are probably pretty good. Draga though, Draga is high or mid A tier. Anything below it is like is kind of slightly not good, I guess. It's just the fact that Draga is just a really good generalist, and blood shards heal you. Illusion Cage is probably one of the best moves in its moveset. Like if you're doing solo content, like it's kind of unmatched.
Like,
Like,
I mean, especially if you're like Crid or Taylor, you just get so much healing, and it's just, you know, you have so much survivability with Draga that
even in parties, like you could just put Illusion Cage on the person with the lowest HP, and it'll probably attack them. But whatever. Bastion though, I'm gonna say it's slightly below Draga. I'm gonna say it's slightly below Draga, if not high B tier.
Bastion is just the early game warrior.
Yeah, like Grass Spirit, the whatever, the thing you summon, Sylph.
the Sylph.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. Like it's just pretty good for Necromancer builds, which is probably gonna stay meta for a while.
And it's half decent for Arc Rage if you want to keep stacking 6-core Dark Beasts. Like, it's
Yeah.
pretty good with that. Because, you know,
There-
they
there's
get
just-
more HP and they'll survive for longer, and, you know.
There's just kind of no reason to not, like, go anything else that's not, like, a summoner. But anyways, past that. Corvalis, it's a little bit controversial, but I'd say it's slightly below Veneri in terms of generalist abilities. It's pretty good for the two classes it's good for, but in general, you get extra energy. You get Cast Amplify, Arcane Ritual. They all buff your magic and elemental damage, but it's really only good for like elementalists and another class that does like decent elemental
Also,
damage.
half decent for, like, Sage, just because you get with Arcane Ritual, you get the 40% extra healing. And if
Yeah.
you do want to run Saint, it's still worse than Dominos, but it is not terrible.
Yeah, Damios probably yes. Let's be real. The one thing it's really good at is
Only
the
really
best.
good sustain.
Yeah, but if you get this, you're basically the best Saint, unless if you don't got Echo cards or stuff like that. Either way, Mulligan Realm is very okay. Like, if you're doing it solo content, it's also pretty decent for Paladin. It's not amazing for Paladin, but it's good. Yeah, it's pretty decent.
It used to
All
be
right.
going Berserker, but, you know, the Berserker got it, and it's also not very good at that anymore.
Yeah. All right, I'm back. I just forgot one thing. Vadier, I'm gonna say is it low S tier or top of A tier?
I think it would be low S tier, especially with, like, after it's a revamp or, like, mines and mines, I get so much damage if you use after, you know, or, like, before ultimate, say, you know, Yarku, Dorian, Oblivion. I'm pretty sure it completely counters Oblivion, and so it does, like, 2,000 damage to Metron.
Hey, if it doesn't, it's still like the best counter. So
yeah, it's still better than Simple Domain. After
Alright.
you know, Simple Domain got nerfed.
I'm not very knowledgeable on Vadier, but the next thing I am very knowledgeable on is Dolehan. Honestly, Dolehan is, I'm gonna say it's slightly below Vadier.
Low S or high A, I'd say.
I'd normally say it's very high A, but its generalist capabilities slightly push it up a bit because it can basically go any build and be really good at it.
Be usable.
It-
with any
Yeah.
Yeah,
The only
you
thing
get two really, you know, you get Ghost Flame, like one of the most decent early game abilities.
it's
you
okay.
know.
We also need to talk about it's just missing something. It's missing something. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, I feel like
That's
it
the
does
thing.
need, like, something maybe. I don't know exactly.
It's only its general abilities and Lifeless Skull doing a lot of damage that brings it up to here, really. Ghost Slam, it's pretty decent, all things considered. If you were a Hexer, which is basically the most viable support build on any Dolehan, if not like number 2 build, then you do a lot of DoD with Ghost Slam. Alright, and Infrurion. Oh, sorry?
And you have the fastest prog with Dolehan. You know,
Yeah,
less than
fastest prog.
30% essence gain makes it prog really quick if you do need to make like a throwaway build for like Metron or something if you don't want to, you know, make a full prog. You know, you need something to like have corrupted enemies instantly. Especially with the new trials.
Honestly, Infrurion is kind of just trash. I'm gonna be real. It only has one thing, and the one thing it's really good at is not good right now. Berserker is the only really viable build. Like, I don't really know what else to say. It's like the only viable build for Durian, and even
Infernal Rift is like the ability it gets Infernal Rift is just kind of mid. Like it's not, it doesn't do the most damage. Its scaling is kind of bad.
it can be dodged.
Yeah, it can be dodged.
I think honestly, I think Infernal Rift.
I don't think Demonic Presence works right now.
Infernal Rift is honestly, it should be better than Lifeless Skull in terms of damage, but it's just not. So that really sucks. Next is the best class in the game, hands down. Literally the best. It even
Yeah,
competes
like-
for Damios, kind of. Like,
Yeah,
just
it's
doesn't.
just so strong right now. It's been strong since it dropped. -1 cooldown on all abilities. That's super good. You can basically get infinite uptime on something like. What's a good example of like something you can have infinite uptime on?
The only thing that like really just makes it a little bit of a pain is just grinding the Covenant.
That's the only thing that really stops it. Even then, it's guaranteed to like be good.
But even then, like grinding the Covenant's worthwhile anyway.
And also Seraphon is also just like kind of a pushover, so it's also one of the most easily obtainable races.
Yeah, it's really good. Has debatably the best early game ability besides like Illusion Cage.
Skyward Bolt.
Skyward Bolt is so strong, so much damage.
I'd say it's just 100% better than Illusion Cage, honestly. Like it just does too much, honestly.
Like you can do like hard no setup, like 200 damage with it. Like it's crazy good.
Yeah, no, it's just I think that's really all that needs to be said. It's by far the best for everything, except maybe Hexer for Dolehan, but that is very debatable. Because you could also just have more Hex in general because you're a support class and that's your job. Anyways, Amorius, probably C tier. There's nothing that it does well, really. There's nothing that it doesn't do bad, I guess. Okay, the fact that it has Hex, the fact that it has a Hex move automatically makes it pretty good for solo
Okay,
builds.
well I think you do have good points, but also undulating Hex, 15 base damage with really good scaling. No setup, you can do like 250 damage, or like pretty much for 250 damage, and you apply Hex. You know, you can set up really well with it, and you can still, you get immunity to Hex, you get stun immunity, but the only bad part of it is like you get extra damage against Holy in Nature. I think early game it's kind of mediocre, but late game it can be very strong.
The thing is, if you have a Morris race, you're already basically beating the game. Like so you have every artifact, you already spent it all, and I mean like you've already done it, so you don't really need anything else. So like it's not really that good of a reward for spend literally every artifact in the game on it, and
Not like it's very hard to get every artifact now.
it's not that hard. It's not that hard. It's just annoying, really. But the last one, Lendum, I'd say it's high A tier. It's got pretty good builds in general. It's a pretty good generalist, honestly. But the main thing
Anything pretty much. But
the main thing that does carry it though is definitely Paladin and Brawler. Now there are some dev races, and there is another race that I think is really rare. I just don't really care enough to do it since like I don't know how many people have it. I only really know that it exists in general. But overall, she solos everything everything below this basically. The only thing that it like competes with is everything in Esther. That's the only really things it competes with. If you have everything else though, just listen to the advice if you're beginning, because Stella, it's pretty decent in general. You're probably gonna get a Stella. If you get anything else, go to the specific builds that we mentioned. Probably watch the class tier list. I think that's the end of the video. So, subscribe.